Welcome back. Top story of the hour. In a bold move, the Walt Disney Company has decided to pull Emmy Award-winning series Star Wars Andor from all Disney streaming platforms. They have also announced that they are doing a recall on merchandising and assets related to the show. Considering it a win, President Donald Trump has called us to give us his thoughts.
Thank you for having me. This is going to be beautiful. I am so grateful Andor was canceled. Okay. You've got a terrorist group, the Rebellion, led by a Mexican protagonist, trying to take down big government like Palpatine. He's the good guy, okay? Palpatine was just trying to bring order to the galaxy, okay? You got this Twix Canteen character, I don't know her name. She's a junkie. I don't know, she's out there talking about Fent. Okay? That's what you get with women in the workplace. They're talking about Fent, they're junkies. This series brought me such a big headache, okay, that I had to take Tylenol, and now my son Baron has autism. Good job, Disney. Absolutely atrocious show. Glad it's canceled. Thanks for having me on.
The fan base was divided by the decision, either criticizing it or praising the announcement. One X user stated, Disney needs to quit simping over something that will never put out. A superfan was generous enough to offer us an interview on the topic. More of this with Tom.
And we're here live with the man who decided to email the broadcast and decided he wanted to tell us about his opinions on Disney's cancellation of Andor. Can you please tell us why you decided to email us, and please tell us your thoughts on the cancellation?
Well, I don't think the fake news stations actually consider the opinions of the everyday people. So that's why I reached out to y'all, and I greatly appreciate you coming out to talk with me about my feelings on the cancellation of Star Wars Andor. Um, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars as a kid. But now I'm not. Since Disney took over, I've come to realize certain things about the people that make the Star Wars content now. For starters, I realized they don't like white people. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that every white person in Andor died or ended up in jail, and they were made to look like the bad guys, all but that one chick. But but why was it the woman that was the? I digress. And then, but then, then the lead actor's the Mexican guy from that Rogue One movie, which don't. I'm not gonna lie, I like that movie. Vader kicked ass, in that one scene, and it was the best scene of the whole movie. But everybody knows this fact. But yeah, that Mexican guy, he's the lead character, and like, he was a criminal in that show. He was causing trouble, and like he ended up in jail, and then he broke out. But and then it's quite funny that I think it's called Narkina 5. It kind of reminded me of Alligator Alcatraz. It's like right in my backyard. It looked kind of familiar, like some of the stuff that was going on. But if there was a mass breakout like that at Alligator Alcatraz, there'd be bullets flying from me. I got that AK-47 just sitting in the trash can next to my bed. And then just Disney just don't like white people, and I think that the fake news needs to know this, and I'm glad that the powers that be are listening to the fans, all the fans who believe that show definitely promoted Antifa. Because there was a lot of terrorism going on, especially there's a Mexican guy, right? So and a lot of terrorist affiliates. Yeah, I do admit that the show kind of related to us in real life, but like the Empire is the United States, and then that rebellion is they're like the left. So yeah.
And what would you say to the creators who vehemently disagree with everything you just said?
Well, we're in a free country, right? Like they can have their opinions. It's just like as an average Joe. I don't like other people's opinions appearing on my television screen. That's why I pretty much stopped watching all Disney content. I went on a whim because I like Star Wars to watch Andor, and I was just heavily disappointed. So I'm glad that that show is going to get scrubbed from the public knowledge, and we can go about being a real America. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, sir. And back to
Look, listen. I think it needs to be known that Disney had the wrong idea about things. So I think we need to really step up and really tell them, like, it started with Star Wars, but we need to go after Pixar. All Star Wars fans unanimously believe that Disney made the right decision to pull the beloved show from public consciousness, citing reasons such as LGBTQ wokeness and diversity casting wokeness, and the fact that the Empire is actually the good guy in this series.
what happened to the other guy?
He was a DEI hire, so obviously he wasn't qualified for a position that I am qualified for. When we return, a man has been applauded for destroying the interior of a convenience store after discovering the one bathroom is gender neutral. When we come back.